I just need a little guidance.
I got you. Yeah. I'm coming through. Where? Oh, it was still ongoing previous, right?
Huh?
It just concluded, or you guys just get back from the... What's the sit rep?
We're done with the previous things. We came to the FIB building to look for additional evidence, and there's people here trying to like get inside the security room, and they've got like the floors littered with classified documents and things.
Okay. When I arrive, I need a full debrief, so I know what I'm walking into.
I mean, yeah, you're walking into 3 people detained who were in an office with a bunch of classified documents and trying to jimmy their way into the security building, or the security office. And they don't have any identifications or refusing to identify.
Okay.
That's what we know so far.
I gotcha. Okay. Who's
we'll
on
see
scene?
in a bit. It's me, Luca, Blunt, and Rooker.
Sounds like you guys got it. I'll overwatch. If I need to step in, I'll step in. All right?
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
There is a problem. That's not what chain of command exists. That's something people have made up in their own minds. Chain of command is there for decision making. I think we have so many new folks is the problem, and really bad non-standard things have come about. You don't go to your chain of command when someone is leading a scene. It's not your shit. I don't know who inbred that disease into PD. Could you imagine going through up the chain of command for literally every case file that opens up? Yeah, Jenna, listen, let's fucking move on.
I potentially don't.
Sorry, that's very loud.
Anything.
Yeah, they are.
Well, right here in your pocket, there's some quite large.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
That.
Oh, is that Larry? That's Larry. Larry showed
Larry. Larry. Oh, thank God, Larry.
Okay. I was gonna be first.
All right.
Sure you don't have any.
Brian, come here real quick.
Sure.
Objects on you. Am I going to feel anything that's gonna poke, prod, or sick me?
100%.
You are? Oh my goodness. Okay. Can you let me know what?
We came in.
What
we
the
found
fuck?
Them. I don't know. Springfield was like, let's just check and see if there's any evidence here from stuff today. We come in. They're up here. One of them is tampering with the security door back here. The female that Springfield has. They're renting this office. No. So, well, one of them has an ID, but it's Bert's Bean Stewart. Or some shit like that. I don't.
Yeah, Springfield probably doesn't want to fuck with this. For reasons.
Okay.
They tried to go in this?
No, yeah, so when he said he needed his ID, he went into that office. If you look through the glass of that office, I mean, all those files have like big ass classified stamps across them and
like,
shit.
over here. Every single one of these offices can be rented.
Right. My concern is the big ass classified stamps.
Look at me.
Okay, I'm looking at you. Okay.
They tried to go in here?
Yes. They said they were trying to talk to Larry, but she was right here at the door. Come with
me. Come with me.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna have street cred with you, miss.
They're all coming down to the.
Okay.
Bookham.
Yes, sir.
Bookham? All right. All right, ma'am. Well, you do have the right to remain silent.
Can you lock my office door?
You
lock my office door?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get your door taken care of.
Blunt, what you stated to me, all
Miss
three of
Summers?
them? Yeah, just to be clear.
Stand by 1 second here. Let's, come here.
Springfield, have them. Let's shuffle them all over here. Let me go talk to Blunt real quick.
This female and the male were standing in the middle, right about here.
Shuffle them this way?
And then the female that Springfield has.
Yeah, just keep them by the elevators.
Firearm off of you, and the knuckles, and the crowbar.
Yeah.
gonna take the fishing rod because I don't want to poke my eye out with it. Okay.
The one that Springfield has is the one that was
I
at the
need
door
you
right
to hyper focus on what I'm about to tell you.
here. Okay.
Who do I work for?
The state.
Guess HR didn't like our work performance today. You told me it was the quarterly.
I can't hear you.
I know. I'm trying to. I may need to contact them.
All right. Did you look in that office over there?
Fuck that office. I'm talking about
There's
here.
a bunch of classified shit in there.
Okay. This stays between us. You repeat
Yes,
this,
sir.
you might be like
Yes,
sent
sir.
to federal prison type shit.
Yes, sir. Somebody else is walking over.
Luca, give us just 1 second. I'm going to fill you in right
Sounds like
afterwards.
doors are locked.
I was instructed to murk anyone that tries to go through this door.
Oh.
However, I didn't think anything of it because I thought they might have been cuckoo, or alternatively, I was like, no one's going to do that. But now when someone tried to, so I don't actually know because I never was officially told this, but that was a part of my onboarding.
Oh.
I'm telling you this because you're the legal mind here.
Who did that order come from? The governor himself?
No, the previous director.
I don't know.
You don't
That's
That's
governor
why.
was like high a lot.
Oh, not him. Oh no, we
Oh.
skipped his ass. No,
Okay.
Barrick before that.
Bar-
Barrick is a shitlord too, so there's a bit of a problem.
Eric was never the director. What?
Oh, you know he's an interim.
No.
He was. What do you
When?
mean? Yeah, went dark and then Barrett for 2 months and then
Barrett. I
Hmm?
thought you said Barrick.
no Barrett.
Okay, Barrett. That makes
Same
more
shit.
sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Same, not the same shit. What the fuck? What is a faceless asset?
No, I know, but just like the name, the way you pronounce it, you know what I mean?
All right, my bad. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, shit.
Yeah. What floor is this?
39.
Yeah. Do you know what's so special about floor
No.
39?
I don't know what the fuck's back there.
Google what's so special about floor 39. Because if you blow some shit up, you good up here. I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
Okay.
fuck.
Now you ready for the fucked up part?
Okay.
You can rent all these offices.
Yeah.
So are they saying they're FIB agents?
They said they're doing some repairs and they were trying to talk to Larry, the security guy. And then they said, you're Larry when you walked in. But as I said, look, just peek in here again. I don't know. Do we need a search warrant to go into these or like? I mean, it's glass. You can see the floor is just spread with all these files with big ass classified stamps all over them.
Okay, so these aren't FIB buildings. They're just normal offices.
So where the fuck are they getting classified
I don't know.
documents from?
I mean, I don't know if they are. Maybe they're just fucking, like, you know,
Like
maybe
the
they're
stamps that you can buy from the store and like
I
play
don't
pretend.
maybe they're playing pretend. It could have came out of like, you know, out of the fucking psych ward. Maybe I don't.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you want done with these people? Because there's not a like I get the previous director said that.
I have an
but, like,
idea.
what do we charge them
Let's
with?
have Rooker handle the identification of them, given what is found here, and then we let them go.
Some of them have weapons and shit on them.
Oh.
Like, my guy
Let's
has
let,
a
let's
Glock
let,
18
let's
pistol.
let's have Rooker and Luca handle it while we handle everything else, I think.
If you would like to go assign them that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Hey, Larry, how's it going?
Oh, you stupid motherfuckers. Oh my God. It took me a second.
Why is he laughing at us? Larry.
What's so funny, Larry?
Yeah, Larry, what's the
Oh.
matter?
Oh, thank fucking
Oh,
God.
This is Larry?
Yeah, this
Oh.
is Larry.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Director?
Oh. Okay. All
Me
right.
and Larry go way back.
What?
We told you guys once Larry gets here, it'll be okay.
Larry,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
sure.
God. Oh my God. Oh, thank fucking
Have you
God.
been face to face with
Thank
Charlie, ma'am?
fucking God. Oh. Oh my
Director?
God. Yeah.
You okay?
Exactly.
Yeah, I am, because I dealt with a bunch of like crazy shit earlier, and this is gonna be light work. So I thought this was like a 10, but this is like a 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What
so
do you
we're just,
mean?
we're just here working, trying to do our job.
All right.
What do you mean this is
Look
like a
at my
lot?
mega intern office. I got 3 desks.
She brought us lattes.
Nothing, no red alert here. Just a level 1 threat, which basically means non-existent. And we should
Okay.
get back to our work.
Have they all been Mirandized?
Yeah.
Yes.
All
The
right.
red hair one has, yeah.
Okay. Let's collectively, Rooker, do you mind collectively just Mirandizing them just in case?
Yeah, right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against your court of law. You have the right to attorney. If you can afford one will be provided for you for your charge by the state, if available. Do you understand your rights?
Yep.
Yeah, I want Nino Chavez.
Oh, he's on a boat somewhere, I think. Okay. What would they observed doing upon our arrival?
We walked in. 2 of them were walking away. The one in the brown hat was standing at the security door.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like with a clipboard, messing with it.
Mhm.
And when we talked to him, asked him for ID, the one in the yellow cap walked into the office, but that was all disorganized.
I gotcha. All right. So the reason why y'all are in cuffs is we've had a series of incidents today. Did they identify them as what did they identify themselves as?
Gilbert.
Currently known as Lisa.
Currently, Gilbert.
Currently, Joanna.
Okay. I see. Did they identify themselves as like law enforcement or anything along those lines?
Negative.
These 3? No.
Yeah. Okay.
They said they had to
I'm not
deliver a
qualified.
message to Larry inside the security offices. And they were trying to see if, or not Larry, if somebody else was in the security office and trying to deliver a message.
Who said that to who?
Yellow Cap said it to me and Blunt that he was here to try and deliver a message to Larry inside the security office.
Okay. And you 3 are together?
Ew.
No, like
Oh, ew.
Ew.
Oh, this is a polykill thing?
no, I mean
Ew.
from a like all 3 came here together, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
fuck
yes,
on
of
work.
course. We commuted to work together.
Fucking
Okay.
Work.
Easy. And did they have any illegal weapons on them?
Yes.
Sure did.
Yes.
I mean, if it's if it's not who they say they are, one of them had a legal gun. Red hair has a legal gun, but
Did anyone have any
they're saying their name
scratched
is Joanne and
weapons
they have an
or
ID that
class
doesn't match.
2s?
Sure did.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Shotgun, got you. Okay.
Gotta defend myself to the one man.
That one ugly guy.
Can somebody tell me what the fuck's going on here?
Let's just say that we have a need to defend ourselves.
What brought
From-
us here originally?
We came here because the people from the shooting involved at Las Lagunas apartment and at the vineyard were seen at this location just prior to those incidents. We came here to look for evidence of what they were doing up here. See if there was any further evidence from the constant shootings that were happening with those people.
Completely unrelated.
Yeah, I witnessed that. I didn't know if you were aware of it.
Okay. All right. Let's come over here, gentlemen, ladies.
Don't go anywhere, you three.
Somebody should watch
All
them.
right.
Or do we need to stay in
So-
eyesight at least?
It's potentially faceless related.
So here's kind of the thing, right? I'm coming here like in the middle of it. So I don't even know what their arrestable offense is, anything along those lines. So I'm trying to garner some context as well. I think I know who those three are.
The PC buildup was we arrived looking for evidence from the shooting subjects who were inside this office. We came, they were trying to get inside of the locked security door and saying they were trying to get in there to deliver a message. Then we had
And
tried to identify,
how are
didn't
they
have
doing
any
that?
Identification. They were standing at the door saying they were trying to get in. And then when we asked to identify, because obviously it's kind of suspicious, we know there's subjects involved with this faceless thing here that were here earlier.
What was the R like? What was? So here's what I'm getting at, right? Because I'm not sure if we have it, and maybe I'm misunderstanding the RS here. So just for full context, every one of these rooms is rentable, right? And so, we come back here for some evidence, and now we have 3 individuals who have the legal right to be here. They're saying they need to get behind the door, right? Or are they saying they're going to break it?
They just said they're trying to deliver a message. When we walked in, 2 of them started walking away from there, and one was still there, like right at the door with a clipboard trying to mess with the lock or something. They were just standing right there up at the door until we walked over there and told them to step away from the door.
Yeah, I may be missing. Did we have a reason to detain them, right?
So we just asked them to identify themselves because, again, they're right up at the security door. The one guy said, "I'm currently Gilbert," which just seemed ridiculous. And he said, "I need to go get my ID." When Springfield asked him for an ID, he walked into that office, which I followed him over here. And then I saw through the window a bunch of documents that have all these classified stamps and stuff on them. And then he continued to say, "I'm currently Gilbert," refusing to give a proper identification. At which point we made the determination to fully detain them so that we could identify them because they were not providing us with a real ID.
Yeah, he presented me a piece of paper that just said Gilbert.
I don't know, guys. Look, I want you to fight back on this, but what right do we have to have them ID?
Suspicious activity.
Not a crime.
It is a crime if you can determine that a crime is possibly being committed. We were trying to determine that. But it's a characteristic movement.
No.
Yes, this is something that's done regularly.
No.
If you walk up to people and they see, it's called flight, unprovoked flight.
In what country? In San Andreas?
It's not something that's been actively established here, but it is an articulatable, reasonable suspicion that when you are approaching somebody and they turn and they see law enforcement, and they immediately try to distance themselves from something and walk away. That's called unprovoked flight.
That
That's a
sounds
reason to
Springfield.
be like, hey,
that
something's not right. I'm going to detain you and
To-
identify you and try to investigate and see what's going on.
okay. So
to argue that, well, but if that person has trauma around law enforcement, or just does not particularly like, doesn't want to be like, they don't have to be identified. Like, if I just turn away and walk from you.
Here's my determination. I don't want to get too deep into this. This is suspicious as fuck, right? However, we cannot allow, we cannot ask them to produce an ID unless we have a lawful reason to. And I am concerned we did not have one. Now, what I'm hearing from you, Springfield, seems interesting, but does not sound like it's,
For San Andreas.
correct, which is where we live.
No, I get it. It's
So
reasonable suspicion, as I've been articulated before, is based on,
reasonable
Western
suspicion still requires a particular crime, right?
Felony trespassing. We had reason to believe that they were trying to access a secured area without authorization.
There we go. Now, who did the detainment?
Myself and Springfield.
Okay. And Blunt
Yeah,
at
Blunt initially said we needed to detain them.
So
Yeah.
there we go. So you detain them, Blunt, for felony, for suspicion of felony obstruction of justice.
A felony trespassing.
Felony trespassing. Okay. So in future, anytime director comes by and asks, that's the kind of thing I need to hear,
Okay.
Because that tells me, okay, we had a reason to stop him, right? The rest of it, I don't want to downplay where you're going with this, but here it becomes, I need to know why we got them to begin with, right? So, and Blunt, rather forwardly, did you believe that was the detainable reason at the time? And I'm only asking this question now because we spoke a lot before I finally got the answer, so I want to make sure we're not doing
the first
post-facto.
thing we led with was that we walked in, we saw them walking away from the door where they were trying to gain access. So yes, that was the original reason that we even initiated the detainment in the first place.
Understood.
Was
Okay.
because we had reason to believe they were accessing a secure area without authorization.
Okay.
Facility.
And what did they do to make us believe they went through this door?
Not that they went through it, they were trying.
Not
that they had gone through it, that they were trying to gain access because they were standing.
And they
at
stated
it,
this, right?
Mess with it.
Yes.
Yes. They stated
Okay.
they were trying to get in there to check to see if a guy was there to deliver a message.
What I'm doing right now, I'm just not fully convinced yet. Not saying this isn't accurate. I just want to make sure we're doing this right.
There's also that big ass sign on the wall that makes it very clear you are not to pass that point.
FIB headquarters. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. We are all on the same page now.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened next? They gave you false IDs?
Yeah, he kept saying he's currently Gilbert, and then he handed Springfield a piece of paper that says his name is Gilbert.
Not even a last name, just the word
Just
Gilbert
Gilbert.
written on it.
After he said he needed to go into this office and get his ID, that's what he came back with. And then I asked him if he had an ID on his person. He said yes. I asked him if it was okay if I took a look at it. He said yes, it was in his front left pocket. I took a look at it, and it's fucking Bert Beans some shit. It did not look like a real ID.
And obviously we were here looking for evidence of a previous incident. So my concern was trying to maintain the evidence. if there was any.
Yeah. No, I understand. Is there any reason to believe these scenes are related?
The individuals from the two different shootings at the vineyard and the apartment were seen leaving this facility earlier, just previous. And we're talking like 9 people.
Them or their vehicle? Or a
No, not
different
these 3
party?
people. Sorry, I thought you were talking about why we were brought here, why we think this evidence might be related.
Okay.
It was a completely different group.
Yeah. The original 9 people that were seen were involved in 2 shootings just
Look,
prior.
I'm gonna say
So
it
we
like
came here to
this.
secure
I
evidence.
need to say something that's like very important, right? Is I like what you got. Did we see them like manipulating the store at all?
No, because as
She
soon
had
as
her
we
back turned
approached,
to me. I couldn't really see what she
Yeah.
was doing
Yeah,
to the lock.
and the 2 immediately tried to separate themselves from it as soon as we appeared.
So here's and I want to tell you exactly what I'm thinking here, and I don't know the answer to it. My concern is without having witnessed, I'm concerned about I feel that all of this is going to hinge on whether or not they just said they were going to do some shit and they didn't actually do it. And without any form of manipulating of the door, this is going to be very shaky. And so
I would argue we had RS to believe that this was happening, that they were planning to, were about to, or were in the middle of trying to. And we conducted our investigation step by step. It's not like we jumped immediately to PC for it.
No,
It's also not like we told them to give us false identification. If they
I'm-
identified themselves, we probably would have just cut them
I'm
loose.
with you guys, but look,
Yeah, if they just gave us IDs, we wouldn't have had any
look,
RS.
I think I'm gonna say it this way, right? Like I'm trying to find a good way to word this. Let's do the following. I'd say conduct the scene as you see fit, and let me think on it a little bit. All right. But because I do not have the context from the Ron Oil situation, but I think the detainment, given they were at the scene, it's just there's so many other reasons they could have been here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't here, so
I think Springfield and I got it on the articulation, but I think the best course of action would be to document, seize all the illegals, take them down, get them ID'd, and then cut them loose, and then we can figure out if and how it plays into the overall scheme of things.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, and you end up not wanting push charges, that is also an option.
Yeah. For me, because we're here in San Andreas, I personally would not be comfortable with us without seeing some sort of physical attempt to take a next step. And I say this based on the current temperature in the courts, that let's say these guys end up having a bunch of shit on them, right? This is for future, just kind of keep this for future. Yeah, they're here on the scene. Did they manipulate it? Are we sort of... It's so easy to just say, well, I just made up some shit, right? And then everything kind of just falling apart on that. So let me think on this a little bit, but please do continue doing what you think is best. I wasn't here for the detainment. I don't think these guys are obviously saying who they say they are. I think I know exactly who they are, but
well, they don't already have Eve's ID.
Yeah.
She had a gun on her, an M1911 that was on her person after I frisked her because we had the shooters coming in here earlier. So I was like, hey, we're detaining these suspicious people.
What was I needed here
shooters
for?
Involved in this?
Just to make sure I'm providing the guidance appropriately.
Because it was potentially faceless related, and I want to make sure you had firsthand.
I gotcha. Okay.
To it.
Okay, makes sense. All right.
That's why I wanted you here, because I don't have all the context of faceless shit, because it happens in a different shift typically.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make sure you were aware that, hey, this is like a big faceless thing. We've already identified that Brandon's involved, Frederick White's involved, Steve's involved. There's one other one I can't remember.
I would have allowed this situation to play out a little bit. And take
They
that.
were trying to leave. I didn't want them to leave until we figured out what was
Yeah,
going on.
yeah. ID, it is what it is. That's how I would have done it. So
Well, we tried, and they gave us fake IDs.
You let them fuck off.
So then
to
we
be
have
honest.
to escalate from there.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I wasn't here, right? I just, it's just, I don't know how to put this in the best of words, but look, people do. So we're dealing with like fucking Green Gobbler and all this kind of stuff. And these guys are playing fucking dress up and like pretend make believe and say some stuff like, you know, it's kind of like I don't know if we're matching the energy. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm only stating this. No, I'm not. Please don't. No.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
What I'm trying to say is like, you know, if they're playing dress up and they're saying random shit, here it's very important that we see some form of manipulation or something and not just a statement, because that is the temperature we should be operating on, right? I think us coming here asking questions or whatever, but before we get to that next step of causing a detention, we need to be absolutely almost certain that something is happening beyond just verbals. You know what I mean? Does that kind of make sense, what I'm saying?
So we need PC to detain?
All right. Y'all handle the scene and we'll chat afterwards.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I just want them identified.
All right. I think that seemed overtly the RDM door. Yeah, no, I don't think we actually shoot them up. I thought they were identifying themselves as like FIB. Hey, was what I was trying to say not making sense?
Oh, it made perfect sense to me. I don't know. It made perfect sense to me, to be honest. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. That was confusing me just as much. And then the attitude back, I don't get it. But
oh no, I'm gonna handle that afterwards.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah, I didn't want to just say, you know, it sounds like you guys couldn't read the room very well.
Yeah.
I mean, asking questions, I think we have to be very careful not to step up into a detainment without... Wait, why are they here?
I don't know. I think, like, you're right with the reading the room thing, because, I mean, I was here for the original thing with the fucking... the 9 people in the armored cars, and... like, I don't know. I was just odd that I came back to that too because I thought something had been found here because all you were here, so I came to check.
Yeah, that's kind of... I got absolutely zero fucking context. Yo, FIB, oh my god, dangerous. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Hey, come fucking down here and there's 3 people fucking LARPing.
Hey, what's going on, sir? Is everything
You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
Can we walk up in there, or is that a problem?
I would say hold off for now. There's just a situation up on the.
Hey,
on the
is this
whatever
Brian
floor it
Knight?
is.
How you doing? Oh, what led you guys over here?
Good. I think we just seen lights and then we got curious because we're just stupid as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I just got off the phone with Osvaldo and he seems to have a problem with you.
Oh,
I said Marshall's and then he said fuck Brian Knight and I was like,
oh,
what'd you say fuck him for?
It's because I got rid of Pred.
Oh, and he's like a big advocate for.
Yeah,
for
when I say I mean Sassam did after he choked out EMS.
Oh.
Yeah.
He would be a little Pred supporter, wouldn't he?
Yo, you got...
yeah,
motherfuckers like planting guns and shit on motherfuckers.
I don't fuck with Pred. I fucking despise Pred.
Yeah, so I mean,
I don't
that's
like
where it's
Pred.
coming from. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
good shit on that, by the
Yeah.
way. Good. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy. Thank you.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
All right.
Although you did send him to Mirror Park because now he lives here in Mirror Park, and we're dealing with him. So.
Oh, God.
right.
Well, best of luck.
Easy.
I mean, people have been making petitions and stuff to get him out. There's people that's been doing drive. Not me, by the way. People have been doing drive-bys. These house.
100%.
Oh. It's bringing very negative noise.
We'll chat soon. Hey, McClellan, I'm sure he's got a couple questions. You know. Hey, Springfield. What's with the attitude?
I'm just confused.
I understand. Next time, insubordination.
I mean, you asked me a question, I answered, sir.
Okay.
And I feel like, I guess, all of my training is wrong. I thought this was faceless thing, and you're telling me like it seems
It's
like
fine.
you have more context to this
it's
than
fine.
I have.
However, next time, you disagree? Snappiness? No. Insubordination? No. You understand that to be insubordinate?
I'm trying to understand which part is insubordinate, sir. I was trying to respond to your questions.
Okay. I think there's a way to respond to it. That's not the way to respond to it.
Sir, is there more context to this that I don't have? Because you seem to know more about this than I do.
I think our ability to read the room in that situation was a little bit off. Right? And I think that it's important that while we have a very big responsibility here, right, is we don't really jump the gun to necessarily presume what may be taking place with any form of manipulation of something having occurred, right? And I think in the midst of me attempting to explain this to the best of my ability with the knowledge and direction I have been given, the last thing I need is questions like, so we need PC to detain. So
Defense director, I mean, that's literally what you said. You were like, we can't detain unless we're certain they've done something. That's if I'm certain they've done something, that's
okay.
PC.
Maybe I'm not communicating it well, but if something like that in future, it's you know, not being understood, I think it's best we step away to have that conversation. And I felt like you were a bit out of line there. Maybe my communication wasn't very good, but here's the thing, right? Is it the FIB building? Sure, right? But it's also a fucking public space. And the strange thing about it is, yeah, that door, no one should go behind it. Yeah, there's law saying that, you know, trespassing in the FIB building. There's a bit of, I understand difficulty there, but the RS
big sign that says no going past it and everything.
Listen, you dumb motherfucker. We do not use those signs for anything in San Andreas, let alone half the mumbo jumbo you tried to, you know, spit before Blunt made it very clear what the RS was, right?
Okay. I guess that, and not to like, I understand what you're saying, but there was RS.
Okay.
Right, like that. And all we were trying to do, and not escalate and not like misread the room or whatever, was ID them. That's all we wanted.
Okay, I understand.
Like and I think had I let them go and leave and not ID'd them, and they were potentially messing with that door, you'd have my balls hung over a fucking fence. You know what I mean?
Like,
I
think
don't hold on. Let me clarify, right? Where I'm trying to drive us to with this, forget the manipulation. That was a example, right? I think it's important that we recognize that yes, they could be about to do something, but you know, let it play out a little bit. Maybe go and, hey, what's going on here? Who are you? Right? Maybe get some of these other marshals to.
That's what we did. It was consensual contact at first. We didn't tell them they were detained until they started presenting fake ID.
There was a progression of things that took place. It was not like,
okay,
stop right
It's not like we
there,
walked in
everybody
there
in
and immediately
cuffs.
were like,
yeah, no.
Yeah, we didn't immediately throw them in handcuffs, put them at gunpoint or anything like that.
I
That's how
feel
we
like I
used
may
them
have come
about
here
they
with
were here
a
to-
significant lack of context, right?
Yeah, there
So
was a lot that led
the
up
phone
into
call
this.
that I received was, oh my God, there's like people over here and I don't know, and we need you now here right now, director. Oh my God. And could be faces related. And I'm coming over here and like, I got 3 motherfuckers from Polito dressed up as FIB agents, right? And I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
No, none of that. I think Springfield was concerned about the potential of, you know, what this was and any knowledge that you might specifically have that we don't.
No, not in particular, right?
But there was a natural escalation there, and they weren't
Okay.
probably going to be arrested for felony trespassing or anything. Like the actual, again, we were just investigating what they were doing there. Were they trying to gain access to that? We had reason to believe they were trying to, based on their actions.
There's
Not
like
proof,
documents in the
but
shredder
reason
and
to believe.
stuff.
Yeah.
And we're just like, is any like we went there to collect evidence based on
I
a
got
faceless
you.
shooting. And we go there and the office is completely a mess. They've got documents in a shredder. They're trying to gain access to the security door, giving us fake ID, telling us that they're there to speak to Larry, deliver a message, but then saying we can't get that message or anything. It was a whole buildup of things, you know? And that's why I called you, because I was like, look, this is potentially faceless related. I don't know everything that's going on. You are well more versed on the faceless stuff.
I think...
But then you're telling me that this is more like Green Goblin shit. I was like, okay, I thought this was faceless shit. And it felt like you were telling me this isn't faceless stuff, and I'm reading the room wrong.
I do think a little bit. I think there's...
Like.
That is correct, right? Based on my assessment after I'd arrived, right? It looked like a 10. I understand that you were concerned it was a 10. I didn't know who they were until they stood there and they kept calling me Larry. That I feel like based on the temperature in the room and the way that they're talking, that it should have been somewhat self-evident. So I think in the moment, understandable, right? However,
Do you know who they were? Because you're saying these people from
I think
Toledo.
I know who they are. Yeah, I think it's Eve Lando and the deputy mayor. Because when they stood, the 3 of them stood there, I sat down because I was like, oh, it's just these fucking dumb fucks probably LARPing, right?
With a shotgun and a G18 and like, you know what I mean?
What we found after the fact is like arrestable, right? There is such a wide spectrum of shit that's currently happening right now, right? We have PD corruption, we've got serious faceless stuff, we've got these 10-hour situations with, you know, Ming getting kidnapped and Lang's name getting leaked out like within like 15 minutes. Which we still got to knock the doors into another property to see if that property was used for the da-da-da-da-da. So in that we're having, and then you've got Green Goblin coming through and fucking blowing up the courthouse, right?
Yeah.
It can be very challenging to know the temperature, right? And I think that my expectation is when you call in the director, right, you're doing it for 2 reasons, maybe 3. One is it faceless? Number 2 is a temperature reading due to my very close relation with the state. Like, hey, like, is this FIB? Is it not FIB? Like, where's the line, right? Which is oftentimes why I'm called into scenes, right? Like, and so what I attempt to do, which I tried to attempt to do, was say, hey, this might be something, but it's not SBS. That's the complete, like, you know, it's kind of dialing the notch all the way down in the wrong direction. But it's probably not much more than some people LARPing. Maybe trying to get behind the room. I don't know. They don't know what it is, right? Nor does signage in the city mean anything. Right? The signage,
I mean, I just won a court case like a week ago over it in a bench trial, but
So
at the marshal office.
Wait, what?
Specifically, hold on. So with felony trespassing,
yeah,
it's specific to secure areas of government facilities. And then there's a ruling as to what defines a secure area: behind a lock, behind clear signage that is not open to the public. These are things that are looked for to determine what is a secure area. So the fact that there's that lock on that door, and there's that sign on that wall.
We have case law for that?
Yeah. I literally won a bench trial over it, like last week. Remember the shooting where the Manor Civil War shooting? I took that bench trial and I won the bench trial with all the charges, including felony trespassing.
Yeah.
Because of the signage that's on the Marshall building that says no trespassing beyond this point.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the curtains down a little bit. I don't know how to read this situation either, is what I'm trying to say. Because those are fucking rentable rooms with apparent FIB documents that shouldn't exist there.
I get it. Like,
okay,
the
so
rooms themselves.
I don't fucking know what that is either.
Anyone should be able to go into that whole floor is fine, but the moment they touch that final door, it's not fine.
It's not necessarily a arrestable offense, but it's certainly
like
enough to investigate. Yeah,
It's
if you see somebody standing right up against that secure door at a bank, then like.
But if they're right up against the vault and they don't belong there at the vault, that's a red flag. That's suspicious activity. That's a arrest the detainee. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? But if they're inside of a bank, you know, hey, that's normal.
Okay. I think when I get brought to a scene, I pretty much need a sit rep, right? Because part of it is me trying to figure out what the room is. Me coming in there, immediately seeing those 3, that does not seem like anything remotely serious. If weapons were found, you know, charge them if you think it's necessary. But
I guess that's the context.
You know, because keep in mind, right? No, I get you, right? But also understand that if I'm gonna get pulled in and like, yo, what do you think of this situation? And I don't agree with the RS. It is what it is, right? If it's your scene at the end of the day, you know, it's either yours or you need information. And because fundamentally we're not all going to drive the same conclusion based on the perception of what we're seeing because we're in San Andreas, right?
Right.
For me, I would need someone. For me, I would have needed someone to really start to manipulate that door before I even consider a detainment. Because I personally do not think that a good portion of the judiciary would accept, hey man, I'm going in the door, or any one of those other things, right, to substantiate enough credence. If we were really pedantic about it, I agree. But I personally don't like it because it feels like such shaky RS. And while we may personally, like you Springfield and you Blunt, may very much feel that way, because this is San Andreas starting off a detainment on something that can be brushed off. In some cases, someone just claiming SPS. sort of rips rips anything that we end up finding, right? Do you at least see where I'm coming from? Whether or not you agree there's RS or not.
I agree. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't agree that there's not RS.
Okay. Well, yeah. Everyone's got their own concept of it, right?
I guess I called you because I wanted your information that you had. I wanted you to make aware live
I know
on
nothing
in the
about
fact
this.
of what was going on.
Yeah.
And that's why I was trying to bring you in to be like, hey, we've had this faceless related thing that's been going on. We're trying to collect evidence. Maybe you have more context on this. But then you're telling me
What happened
to investigate this.
I did, yes. When I asked you the question and you know. Y'all got to be prepared for me to ask those questions, right? It shouldn't be offensive. It should be an opportunity to explain it to your director, your superior. It is my inherent job to be asking those questions. I think generally my expectation is kind of what Blunt said. He said felony trespassing, right? We might disagree, but that's okay. Because every law enforcement officer, when they arrive on the scene, they're the ones that are personally driving that RS because they have the full context. They know what they saw. They know what they observed. They know every little detail, right? If I am ever challenging it, know that that is a good thing. Just as much as y'all should be challenging me. It ensures that our what we are doing is good, right? If Blunt tomorrow goes and challenges, says, hey, are you sure that's good because of X, Y, and Z? That's a good thing. We're ensuring that we are succeeding collectively rather than anything else, right? So... All right. What happened at Rana earlier?
So we're not 100% certain if it was Ron Oil specific now. It was the cars. Everyone was telling me before that they've seen those cars in relation to Ron Oil related things. Especially the Charlie unmasking. Apparently those specific kinds of cars were seen in relation to the Charlie unmasking. And that Ron Oil himself, or Alex Ron, called in saying that his cars were stolen. That his armored cars were stolen. But it doesn't look like potentially it's directly Ron Oil. We're not sure. Because none of the people that we have were in our system or identifiable or had anything regarding it. That the Ron Oil came from the armored cars and the relation to the Charlie thing.
What Charlie thing?
You remember when Charlie was captured by Besties and unmasked? Apparently Besties used armored cars in the execution of that, and they stole those armored cars from Alex Ron, from Ron Oil. Because there's a 911 from Alex Ron saying, hey, my armored cars have been stolen. Considering it was the same exact style of cars, they assumed it was Ron Oil at first.
Okay, here's what I'd like to see in future. This is just for us to better operate, right? I can't be everywhere at the same time. It's a good, the Ron Oil situation, really good. I want, even in this scene, I think alerting me, hey, this might be faceless related. I'm probably going to come to the scene and just like observe, but I want y'all to individually sort of handle it to the best of your ability. Until and if I need to sort of interject. Because I'm thinking back at it, maybe you didn't, I'm getting stretched thin, right? Even in this particular situation, or the Ron Oil one, and then Blunt you know, Blunt was dealing with that while I'm dealing with some bullshit up north while you're dealing with the Ronald thing. We need to start getting better at that. And even if there's missing information in the moment, I think we have to be somewhat okay with handling it in the way we individually see fit.
That's fair.
Yeah. And if we miss a connection, that's okay, right? After yesterday and then today, I am realizing there is more overreaching situations happening rather simultaneously. And there's a lot of context switching, right? I'm just kind of thinking back at this situation and the ones that you two were dealing with while I was getting phone calls. And if I came a little hot, I do apologize, right? But, you know,
you're good. I think it was just a bit awkward. There was a little bit of a pressure there to drop it. Like we, you know, as much as we might agree or disagree on the RS or whatnot, like to a certain degree, you got to know Springfield and I know we're not gonna detain somebody without RS, right? Like we're not stupid.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I didn't want to make a determination, if I'm going to be honest. I think I
don't want to speak for Springfield, but it did kind of seem like the heavy implication was cut them loose, move on.
No, that wasn't my intention.
That's the implication I got.
No, mine was why the fuck did I get called down here? And then, you know, I'll tell you how it was for me. Because keep in mind, Springfield, you're very excited on the phone call to me. So I came over and I'm like, okay, it's three bozos, right? And it sounded like you needed me to figure out what this was, and I kind of told you what I think it was in the best ability as I could, and then I left so that y'all could make your determination. If you arrested him, that would have been fine.
So the thought was obviously with the escalation of the detainment to where it was, the idea was to properly identify them, document and seize their illegals, and then cut them loose. And then if there's a larger determination that it is part of something based on their real IDs, then maybe we'd pursue it. If not, and it was just possessions and we seize their illegals and we don't end up charging them, whoopty fucking do.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that. 100%.
Okay.
I don't, but I gotta say though, I don't want to move past this and say, but the thing when I did at Springfield, what you originally said about the, you know, you mentioned all this stuff, was that your reasoning for detainment? That is something that needs to be addressed. I don't know. You said something about, I don't know. You said a whole lot of words for your reason for detainment.
The reason for detainment was a slow buildup of RS based on the culmination of all circumstances in my training experience.
I got you. Okay, understood.
The fact that we were brought here because of a faceless situation.
Right, and then you saw these individuals that might have been getting in the back.
Yeah, we saw these individuals, and like I said, it was as soon as we approached, they started immediately trying to distance themselves from the potential illegal act, which is a common, like...
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on my training experience, I can say, hey,
but it wasn't the other thing. You remember what you originally told me up there?
What, that it was
I don't even know what the fuck legal terms you mentioned. I was like, some phraseology I've never heard before.
Unprovoked flight?
Yeah, like unprovoked flight.
That's a fancy way of saying they started walking away, which was suspicious because they were trying to distance themselves from the door when law enforcement arrived. It's kind of like if you're messing with a door at a bank and trying to rob it, and then the police show up and you start walking away from the door real suspiciously. It's like, hey, who are you? What were you doing just now? You have reason to suspect that they may have been committing a crime.
Yeah, if somebody's doing something, they turn and they see someone they can identify as law enforcement, and their immediate reaction is to turn and walk away and distance themselves from the potential ongoing act. It's unprovoked flight. It's a known characteristic of people who are in the act of committing a crime knowingly and want to distance themselves to prevent capture or identification. Another similar thing is like, you know, whenever you pull over a car and the driver immediately jumps out of the car and closes the door. It's a psychological act that people take to separate themselves from the situation, and that usually is what provokes cops to call in a canine to do a search, to do like a sniff of the vehicle.
This is where I get lost because, like, I don't know what anything. This is like so overcooked for me that I'm just like,
if it's a dead body, and so you detain them further, and you can extend the detainment of your traffic stop to investigate this potential other gag.
I mean, it can be as simple as you're walking down the sidewalk as a law enforcement officer. Somebody walking towards you makes eye contact with you. Their body language changes, and they turn around and start walking away from you.
Yeah,
and like yeah, that's unprovoked flight. You didn't do anything to provoke that. You didn't say, "Hi, I'm a police officer. Stop," and then they started running. They, of their own volition, like, just started.
You know what? I think Brian Knight, given that he's like cooked half the time, you know, handling like a bajillion different things and getting phone calls, you know, getting Brian fixed. Like, I think for me, I need like a, you know, what's going on here, and it's like a 3-sentence sit rep. Hey, we had to stop him here for, you know, felony obstruction. We found these things, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I love what you guys are saying if it was a courtroom or whatever, but for cooked Brian coming on scene for what might be a faceless thing, I'm just hearing all those words and I'm just like, okay. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, yo.
Yeah.
Like, listen,
I called you down because you might have more context to what goes on in there and everything. I'm with you. Like any of the papers and things, and I was like, maybe you've heard something because I just came on duty and immediately jumped. Like literally 10 seconds after clocking on duty, I had a state of emergency buzz. I'm not even shitting you. 10 seconds after I clocked on, state of emergency. So I don't know what's going on all day. And apparently those people being here happened before I came on duty, so I was hoping you might have had more context considering it was faceless related.
I think you need to be prepared to.
Because I
had
more context.
No, I'm with you. I think just follow through with what you got, and me coming on scene is simply just what's going on here? Here's like 3 sentences, right? And then, you know, I dip.
All right, here's a U-level question from this.
Just for context, when it comes to faceless shit, like, literally, I don't know anything other than looking at it and being like, okay, there might be a reason to think this, right? And maybe this is maybe my energy is coming hot off the heels of. Remember yesterday you moved the blood?
Move the blood?
The fucking evidence for Lang.
What do you mean move the blood?
Wait, did you remove the Lang's? Wait, did you do anything after Maeve mentioned some things to you?
Maeve called me last night and said something about how you told her something that Lang wasn't supposed to be mentioned in here.
Yes.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to touch anything, but I was like, the only thing I'm going to do for now is just, all I did was delete one line, and that was moving Lang's blood DNA from the very top of the report. So that...
That's all you did?
Yeah, that's all I did. I sent you an email about it.
Bruh, like, I'll explain. Because...
It's not like I messed with evidence or anything. I didn't touch anything else. All I did was move that one line that said...
Look, I had to have, like, a fucking...
DNA on scene, like...
Look, because instead of getting a phone call and being like, hey, do you know what's going on with this? I did deal with. Oh my God! Just kill me now. Let's just say it turned into a bunch of dumb shit afterwards.
It's
I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, people are just bored shit.
I didn't touch anything else. All I did was delete the one line so that it wasn't at the top of the fucking report saying Lang Buddha's involved in this.
One line turned BCSO into LSPD for like 12 hours. Like, it was the most like estranged conversation. That was so overcomplicated. Because instead of calling me and saying, what's going on, I, in the midst of working with Maeve, who is the arresting officer on a plea deal, she mentioned, oh yeah, Jenna's like very confused why something. So I called Jenna and I was like, hey, what's going on? Hey, could you just move your statement over here? To like it turning into this whole thing about that just felt like we needed to loop them in on every detail about everything, and they went up their chain of command about the Lang thing, and like they went up their chain of command to just mention that you removed a line because they didn't just ask me directly.
Yeah, I only touched
as
that
if I need to fucking I fucking know what happened, right?
I know T-zippers just skim, and if it's at the very top of the report, that's the immediate T.
Oh my God.
So
I've been under the
impression
impression that you actually moved the DNA.
Oh God, no, I wasn't going to touch evidence. In fact, I specifically told them I'm not going to move. I was like, I'm not going to touch anything else. All I'm going to do is just do this one little line, and we can resolve it in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's already been up there for like it was already been up there for like
I know,
8
it
hours
wasn't
at
even
that
a big thing. But for some
like,
reason, I don't fucking know, man. Fuck! Fuck!
I was like, at least we're gonna get it out before the shift 1 T-zippers.
All you did is just remove the line? That's it?
Yeah, that's all I did. In fact, it should be, I mean, it should be in the history. You should be able to see it.
Yeah, I know,
that's
but
literally all I did was move one line, and that's it.
It went all the way up the chain to why that line was removed without calling me. It went from like Jenna to Ventura to Frost, and then he called me, and then I was like, here's what's going on. It turned into this like overcomplicated thing, which, while refusing to accept that you should just call the report writer, who should have context, because it's their job to complete the incident. It's like, I think that's the thing that like just was fucking driving me up a fucking wall. I'm like, can we just accept that this is what you should be doing?
Wow, a lot of people have touched this report. Holy Jesus. Oh my God, so many people have touched this.
The worst thing about it is I kept bringing up suggestions and I was getting like non-answer. You know what I mean? So I immediately was like, okay, you're feeling other things and you're not voicing it, and now it's pissing me off because that makes me feel like you're taking this worse than it is, right? There's a point where they're like, well, what does Lang have something to do with this? I'm like, bro, like you were there for 10 hours. Like, it's fucking besties and Lang. Like, are you paying attention to what's happening in the city? Like, you don't need to be tapped in or have special tags to have some indication that Lang Buddha, who's been farmed by the besties and the LSPD, being seen on the same scene, is that you're going to cause a gang war. Like, it's just so
my edit is at 0204, or correction, it's 1502 GMT. That's when I made the edit. And you should be able to compare it to the one right before. It's 22428 incident. Set your time to GMT in history, and you'll be able to see at 1502 GMT, all I did was remove the one line from the blood on beach scene, suspects Lang Buddha, from the top.
Yeah, the blood's still in there. I think, you know why I got confused? Because that's what I knew you initially did, and then I was told the evidence was removed in a different call. Because so many fucking dumb fucks decided to talk to each other about this instead of call me, and then like there's this like energy of like sad farming, like as if.
Wait, is the evidence removed?
No, I don't think so.
Because I can ask evidence tech to check it. If it's been removed, I can find out who removed it. It's starting with 737420.
Well, that's what happens when it turns into a fucking game of telephone.
No, it's the very top blood report. It's still here.
Yeah, because what do you think happened, Jessica? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know what my answer, what the response I got was? I know you're so busy, so I didn't want to bother you, so I went up my chain of command. Like, what kind of fucking retarded, like, decision making is that? Like, bro, in what, like, why are cops not going to report writers?
Oh.
Yeah, there's some common sense lacking.
Like, it's such, like, just stupid people that do not investigate and just go after bank trucks who think they have any semblance of knowledge over investigators. Like, it's so, we're not on the same footing on this. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's, I don't know. Like, this is actually fucking insane that now it was literally just a line. Now I'm even more pissed.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to be. It was so fucking simple. Like, yo, just fucking call. Yes, we're trying to. Yeah, it's. Yeah. Oh my lord. Fuck me.
I'm tagging it with a bunch of shit.
Classic PD comms.
No, it's not. It's just. It's so. Like, bro, just. Holy fuck.
I've added tags.
Holy shit.
The tags got deleted already.
What
I hate
did?
this thing. The tags, they
Bro,
didn't save.
the entire time I kept hearing evidence, 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 and I'm like, what the fuck?
No, like I said, you can see the one thing I changed is where it says blood on beach scene, suspects. The very top thing was laying Buddha. That's what I deleted.
Oh my god. Why are stupid people getting involved in conversations that are above them? That's my feeling right now.
I think he was mentioned and it was in a statement. And I was like, no, I'm not going to touch that because that's their signed statement. And I'm not going to mess with anybody's stuff. You know what I mean? Because I was asked, like, should we even leave it in the statements? I was like, we can't change it.
Yeah.
But at least if I get rid of it from the top, then the T-sippers probably won't skim past that part.
I'm going to tell you right now. I think that, look, I think someone leaked it previously, and I think there's gonna be an attempt to scapegoat you on something that's a non-issue, and it's because they got nothing better to do today. So just be prepared for that.
I'm used to being scapegoated by
Yep.
LSPD. Remember, I spent an hour in the evidence lockers.
Yeah.
That's fucking suspicious. That building is fucking.
Bro.
Yeah, Brian.
Hey, was evidence removed?
Hang on, it's Brian. Hang on, it's Brian. What, Brian?
Hey, was evidence removed from that report?
I think
so. No. So what was altered?
Just the text in the body, text in the report body.
Okay.
That out.